Welcome back, everybody, to another breakdown. This is going to be a first game in Builder's Workshop. Going to be starting this game using a Mortar deck, kind of just like a Mortar support deck. Going to kind of use it as our win condition. You could pretty much play the Mortar in a couple different ways. You can kind of put archers in the back, or even wizard or bomber. I mean, in this case, you'd have wizard or bomber, and then you'd put the mortar down on the bridge to hit the tower, obviously, and then either one or two archers. I kind of split archers to kind of try to kind of see what my opponent would play if he was going to play something in the back. I also put a flying machine, obviously, there to kind of protect it. That wizard's going to end up getting some good hits, take it out, but I'm doing some really good damage to start off with. That bomber's actually going to survive that wizard, which is pretty cool. And then put a wizard down to take out that battle ram. He also puts down a tombstone. So far so good. I haven't taken any damage yet. Kind of just a simple game for the most part. This is definitely an inexperienced player. So this video is basically just to teach you guys about how to play with mortar. How to play with mortar and how to support the mortar. So in this case, he puts down barbarians. I'm just going to go with a simple defense. Since I already have archers behind the mortar can kind of tank for the archers. And obviously the archers can help out the mortar, clear it out. And then I also put bats. They both work together, bats and the archers, to take out those barbarians. He's going to put down skeleton dragons and then minions, which is actually a really good play on his part. Those skeleton dragons are going to easily take out, since those archers are close enough to the mortar, those skeleton dragons are going to take out those archers behind the mortar, and then those minions are going to be able to clean up that mortar, and then to the dragons, or then the dragons will then lock onto the flying machine. But actually, the flying machine actually takes them out with the help of the archer tower, so to start off the game, it's actually not bad. And that flying machine gets an extra hit, and then he actually throws down an arrows really late. That was actually a really bad play on his part. Kind of just wasted 3 elixir for no reason. Yeah, like I said, this is just an inexperienced player, so this video is basically just to show you guys how to use mortar, especially like earlier on in the arenas. So right here, just place archers down, place a mortar to tank for the archers, basically. Bats to help take out those skeleton dragons. And then that mortar is going to be able to get to the tower, I think, twice or 3 times. Take it all the way down to 271 health. I could have probably arrows right there, but instead I'll put a bomber. I'm actually going to leak elixir right there, which I almost never do. Especially in earlier arenas, you do not want to leak elixir. I'm going to try to defend that flying machine with a mini P.E.K.K.A, but he ends up putting a tombstone. Really good arrow value, but that wizard's going to stay alive. And then right here, I'm actually going to play a defensive mortar. So after that flying machine kind of is going to get taken out, I'm going to put a mortar right in front of my king tower. You want to put it almost right in front of your king tower, not kind of like in the middle, like how you would a goblin hut or a cannon or even a tombstone. You want to place your mortars and even expos later on. You're gonna want to kind of put them like behind, so they're not getting attacked directly. So like if that wizard comes all the way to the end, it's not gonna immediately hit the mortar. It's gonna go for obviously the tower because it's closer. The mortar's not gonna be able to take out those skeleton dragons. They're air units. Same thing with bats and minions. So I put down a flying machine, put down some archers to help that wizard out. And then another mortar. There's actually a lot of places you can put mortars, pretty much anywhere down that right line. But I actually didn't even need to put that mortar down there since my flying machine got to the tower. And yeah, pretty much just game. But there's a lot of really fun ways you can play with mortars. Like I said, you can play defensive mortars the way it's down there. And even if you could cycle, if you have like a cycling deck, which if anything that's for like later on arenas. You can even put like an expo and then a defensive expo to protect the expo, or for the defensive expo first to defend the attacking expo. And you can do that same thing with mortars also. So yeah, this game was pretty much just to show you guys how to kind of use mortars for the most part in these earlier arenas. So yeah, and that is just game.